Sly Cooper. Man, where the hell is this guy? It's been 7 years. Where are you? I miss you. You coming back anytime soon, Dad? Please? You've been in Egypt for a while. But hey, at least we got those amazing games to play over and over and over and over and over again. There's a bunch of bosses in the series, with every episode ending in one. For those who don't know, the Sly games are split into episodes that tell their own mini-stories in the overall plot. And of the original game, Vicious Voodoo has to be the best. Going from a desert in Utah to the dark swamps of Haiti is a bit jarring and tells you that you're dancing with a more dangerous foe this time. Meet Miss Ruby, one of the Fiendish Five who helped murder Sly's dad. How nice. Look at her, she's vicious. She looks vile and screams, "I killed your dad," without hesitation, and I'll do it again. In each episode, you hear the boss warn their minions about Sly, but Ruby doesn't mess around. She immediately knows Sly's there and calls him out.
Hey there, Sly Cooper! That's right, I know you're here. I've seen it in the stars. It's all over my tea leaves. I'm in your mind, raccoon. I know your game. You better run for it, or me and my voodoo children are gonna sign you up for an eternity.
She's ready to kill by the time you reach her. She dances and taunts you, ready to curse you out to hell with her slow drawl. To start off, you gotta get close to her, obviously. But that's easier said than done, as an alligator-shaped cave with a pool of drowning stand in your way. Careful of those big chompers. Alright, just gotta get close and... You didn't see that. Or that. Whenever you go for a blow, she teleports out of the way and taunts you again.
Why don't I have my servant Chumley escort you over here?
Alright, what's the catch?
Oh, not much. Just a little game I like to play with all my annoying guests.
Sly might have attitude, but Ruby's got real malice in her. Here comes the fun part of the battle, the game's most unique challenge, Parappa the Rapper. Taking a hint from his older PlayStation brother, Sly and Miss Ruby going around for Simon Says. Taking a ride on the Turtle Chumley, the player merely needs to follow along and copy the raving alligator. If you've ever played a rhythm game before or you're familiar with a PlayStation controller, then this is no issue. Bosses don't have to be hard to be great. As the battle goes on, it gets quicker and the button placements get a little more complex. Well, as complex as 4 buttons can be. And it gets super slow at points to psych you out, those clever bastards. For the last section, you pull a Rayman and ride a mosquito to Ruby as her tempo changes wildly to get on your nerves. Get in the last hit and watch her get knocked out, after giving a small speech about the game's next
You
boss.
certainly got some rhythm, raccoon. But it won't help you none if you're fixing to go after the Panda King.
Odd, and with that, Ruby spends the rest of her life in prison. Now, through this analysis, I've only shown footage from the original PlayStation 2 release of Sly Cooper. You might be wondering why I chose to use the blurry AV footage from that, instead of the crisp visuals of the 2010 HD release on Vita and PlayStation 3. That's because this boss was completely ruined with the music and visuals not syncing properly. Boss is still doable, but a lot of the magic is just gone. A lot of the HD remake has this issue, so be wary of it if this is a deal breaker for you. Now back to the original. I love this boss for its use of a musical theme, a unique challenge that the game didn't offer in its multitude of gimmick levels. The character design of Miss Ruby also gives off a menacing aura that goes hand in hand with the theme of the dead walking a dust-ridden swamp. There's one thing I can criticize, the fact that the pattern is the same every time. Having a randomized pattern would have made it unique for everyone, and a bit more difficult in repeat playthroughs. But besides that nitpick, this boss is great and one of Sly's best, making it a shame that Miss Ruby doesn't reappear in future games like her Fiendish 5 partners Clockwork, Mugshot, and the Panda King. Maybe in Sly 5? Or the movie? Or the TV show? Like those will ever happen. Wait, so if Ruby's sending out the PlayStation symbols towards Sly, does she know what a PlayStation is? Does she know she's in a video game? Is that why she explains how to avoid her attacks, so it's fair and fun experience for the player? Is she like Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear? Actually, now that I think about it, the Magic Koopas from Super Mario World threw out similar spells toward the player. But that was years before the PlayStation got off the ground. Well, the Sony one, not the Nintendo one. Wait a minute, Nintendo and Sony were making a console together as an add-on for the Super Nintendo, which is what Super Mario World was on. And Magic Koopas are based off turtles, which are reptiles like alligators. Alligators, crocodiles, the Kremlings! She connected to them in some way? Does she know she's in a video game? They did. Did she stay with Sony to act as boss in this game? Oh, and Sucker Punch's older games like Rockin' Out Reels were on Nintendo consoles. And that had a raccoon as the bad guy. And Miss Ruby had Sly's Egyptian ancestors part of the family history book. And at the end of Sly 4, Cooper is stuck in ancient Egypt. Whoops, spoiler, sorry. What does this all mean? How is this all connected? Is Miss Ruby behind more? Bigfoot? Jonestown? Roswell? John Lennon? Elvis? Is she behind all of this?
Oh, looks like you figured it out. It took you long enough. Allow me to show my powers. Looks like you're an adventure game fan. Devil May Cry, Grand Theft Auto 3, Jack and Dexter come to mind? Well, aren't you a little masochist? Twisted Metal Black and God of War. How shameful. Now come here, you little pain.
Oh crap! She's coming out of the TV! It's time for me to be like every other white, cringy YouTube reviewer with glasses and fight somebody coming out of the video game.